listen to this story. There was a mom who wrote on Reddit that she had to defend her teenage daughter's request for a third serving of dinner in front of their extended family. So she says she was accused of not teaching her kids proper manners. So is the idea of going for thirds at a family get-together rude?
Okay, to be clear, yes, interesting. To be clear, she asked for thirds. If this happened at my house, my head would explode from the size of my ego because I would be so proud. This is the highest form of compliment.
Yeah,
Especially a young person. Do you know what I mean? Like when I don't
picky.
know. I would, as long as there was enough food. Do you know? Like you know when everyone has that person in their family. When there's a bowl, let's say, of mashed potatoes, and there's 6 of you, and they take half of it, you're just like, didn't you
do the math?
Do the math.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all learned fractions in grade school, right, teachers?
Yeah. Fractions.
Yes, we did.
Fractions.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, this story triggers me because growing up in my family and most Caribbean families, they're always ask you, did you eat something? You want something to eat?
Yeah.
Can I fix your plate? And then if you put on 5 pounds, they're like, oh, you get fat.
Yeah.
No, like as soon as you open the door, as soon as you open the door, they're telling you. So this thing about eating and how much you eat, it depends on your size and how they see you. But we do have a family member whose name I will not say because I value my safety, who at every family gathering, she piles it high like she's going off to war, y'all. And we always watch and we always laugh, but we don't say anything to her because it means it's a compliment. She loves the food. But we do talk about it. It's like, girl, where's she going? She's hibernating after this. Like, but it's a compliment, but it is a trigger thing because I think it depends on your size.
I totally relate to that because also I had this sort of mixed messaging growing up in an Italian family. There's a lot of like eat. But then there's also, I had a bit of British and sort of Catholic energy, which is all about restraint. You know, don't take up too much space. So I think that this woman is being extremely judgy in this, or sending mixed messages. I couldn't help but wonder about what the girl looked like what this poor teenage girl was like and what her experience of this was like. Because you can really impact a young girl's experience just in that moment by saying something like that.
Another plate?
Done.
That is food trauma for life.
That is. We all remember that.
We all have a food trauma story, I'm sure.
I feel like at least among my friends with daughters, they all have a relative, a grandmother, an aunt who does that. And they have to say to this relative, like, don't do it. This kid's 8, and she's gonna spend the rest of her life, don't worry, it's coming, because it's 16, 17, 18, 19. Don't worry, she'll spend the rest of her life obsessing. That's right. From 8 till 16, let's not be a part of that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's not true.
Let her have
the opposite. This is a terrible story, but the opposite is also true because I have a very picky eater. And so the offense in a Filipino or Portuguese household, of course, is not eating because food is the love language. So my mother, who's an amazing cook, she can cook. She's a line order cook. Whatever Marquesa wants. Oh, you don't want this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And Marquesa is she's always been very, very picky. And I'm always like, she's just picky because there are relatives, like, especially if you travel overseas.
Yeah.
We were talking about Europe, and they're like, what's wrong with your child? But when she also hears that is also a very dysfunctional thing to hear. So we have to be so mindful about food, especially girls, but boys too. Because I think you can flip switches on and off that you had no idea were there. Be careful.
One little comment.
Be careful.
Oh, jeez. Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.